Get up!
This amazing video is brought to you by the #1 website builder, Squarespace. Anyway, back to The Acolyte, the show that just keeps on giving. Episode 6 of The Acolyte is really where it's confirmed that the car crash of a story isn't going to somehow turn it all around and avoid the fire explosion. Like every other Star Wars project that Disney has produced, the creators of this show make some really odd choices. Choices that don't either bother or seem to be noticed by the Disney fans. Choices that aren't technically wrong, just choices that seem really odd to anyone that has ever interacted with a human. Like the whole bloody relationship between the stranger and Osha. To catch you up, Osha and May have traded places. May is heading off with Sol, pretending to be Osha so she can try and kill Sol, which doesn't make any bloody sense. But you know the deal, that's what we're working with. And Osha, she's ended up with the stranger, so they can start a relationship. Yes, I know that's really demented, and has the old Fred and Rose West vibes going about it, but you know who came up with this story. The first oddness with their relationship is why is the stranger super attracted to Osha but never had feelings for May? The two women are physically identical. Osha is even wearing May's clothing. And it can't be a personality because both women are played by Amanda Stenberg, so they have the exact same flat, non-emoting personality.
So I decided to make them very different from each other.
Plus, the stranger hasn't even met Osha before, so doesn't even know her personality. Well, there's not a lot to learn, is there? Now, this goes back to the problem I mentioned in the last video. The writer's getting confused as to which sister they are writing for. It also reeks of female writing wish fulfillment, just like Twilight, where the boring, nondescript woman is lusted over for no reason by the good-looking hunky guys.
Everyone does seem to want you.
But in this it's doubly weird because the stranger already knew her exact copy twin and had zero feelings for her. Why was that? He's trained May to be a killer, so he's probably known her for years. Sorry, back that up. I just remembered Ray completed her training within a couple of hours, so the stranger might have only known May since last weekend.
Never found any. Ow!
But still, why zero attraction for one sister and then instant attraction for the other? Well, I'm guessing they will explain it all in the future. No, don't be stupid, they don't explain anything. But anyway, how did they end up together? Well, the night before the stranger tried to kill Osha, and then within hours he took her back to his crib to care for her. Yes, the woman he didn't know who looked identical to the woman who had just betrayed him. I'm guessing the Funko Pop Disney fans who are too emotionally stunted to understand how fucking weird this is love this story. But at least Smilo Ren here knew straight away that May had swapped clothes with Osha, unlike our incredibly dumb Jedi here, Sol, a Jedi that can't sense the difference between someone he knew for years and raised with someone on the dark side that wants to kill him. And again, why does she still want to kill him? May declared she was going to surrender to the Jedi and tell him all about the stranger.
What are you doing? What I'm going to do is surrender myself to Kelnaka, and then turn myself into the Jedi.
The stranger then tried to kill May. All the Jedi, including Sol, saved May's life several times. But because the writers of this show have no idea what they're doing, May's just flipped back to hating Sol again. The reason for the reverse flip, I promise you, is never explained. Even in a single scene, the writers can't settle on May's intentions. May creeps up to kill Sol, something she could have done back on the planet, and stops because he asks her to steer the ship.
Take the wheel.
Which she does. We get Basil doing some comedy relief for the kids, and then the stranger gets his kid off for the kids. The tone of this show is all over the bloody place. One minute it feels like it's made for children, the next we have Osha checking out Smilo Ren's member.
I'm wondering...
Who the hell is this made for? I'm guessing the Funko Pop collectors. In full Twilight writing mode, the stranger starts seducing Osha to the dark side. He even lets her hold his lightsaber.
How does it feel?
The stranger has never spoken to Osha. His confidence in her not killing him, something she should definitely do, is courageous to say the least. Cue more of that female wish fulfillment writing. Osha never asks what happened the night before. She never asks why Sol left her, or what happened to her sister. All she needs to know is that Smilo didn't kill them.
Did you kill Sol?
No.
Did you kill May?
No.
Personally, I would need some more information than that, but I'm not as horny as Osha. Seeing her friends killed really broke that dam.
Clean up on aisle vomit.
Osha also thinks that the lightsaber is a blaster for some reason. Silly Osha. Luckily for May, who's back with Sol, her hair never moves, so Sol never sees that massive tattoo on her head. Incredible choice that. Putting a large tattoo on the face of one of your twins in a switcheroo story seems a bit silly if you think about it. I mean, at any second her hair could move, but luckily the creators of this show just don't care.
May cuts her hair, and I'm like, girl, you still got that thing on your forehead. You move your hair. And
they could just move your hair.
Osha mentions that she's never heard of the stranger before.
I've never heard of you.
The writers of this show posed that question for a character that they didn't give a name to.
I have no name.
So I'm guessing that's why she's never heard of him. The writers forgot. He doesn't have a name. The stranger then just offers Osha his ship.
I'd start swimming if you want to make it to the ship before sundown.
Or you could wait for the tide to go out.
A ship that is only accessible at low tide, meaning that for half of every day he can't get to his ship. That, or he really can fly. And what if she took up his offer and took the ship? Then what does he do? But hold on, we have to have a quick break to thank the channel's biggest supporter, Squarespace, the only choice in website design when you want to get yourself or your ideas out to the world. Do you have a job you hate? Frustrated that your talents or products aren't getting seen by the world? Well, you can change all that today by getting a professionally designed website from Squarespace. Don't waste your life working to make someone else rich. Make your dream life a reality by letting Squarespace help you get your ideas out to the world. And it couldn't be easier or quicker as Squarespace has introduced Design Intelligence, a cutting-edge AI technology that empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs. Head over to squarespace.com and sign up for a free trial. Choose one of their professionally designed templates, then make it your own with the ease of drag and drop designing using their amazing custom tool Fluid Engine. You can add photo galleries, portfolios, and video backgrounds. If you have a cool product to sell, easily set up a store to sell directly to your customers. And if digital content is your thing, Squarespace websites now have a members area where you can monetize your content right on your own website. So no greedy middleman taking a chunk of your profits. Squarespace also provides secure payments and client invoicing, so you can run your whole business straight from your website. And if you want to teach a course, Squarespace lets you set up online courses with multimedia lessons, progress tracking, and flexible pricing. Once your courses are set up, you'll be earning money 24/7. Who doesn't want to make passive income while lounging next to the pool? Head over to squarespace.com/robothead and try Squarespace today for free. And then when you are ready to take off, use the code ROBOTHEAD and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Use the link below. Life is short. Make it exciting with Squarespace. This show loves switching between the stories, so we're back again to Kittyland, where Basil attacks May, because I'm guessing he can smell her. Shouldn't Basil tell Sol that May's on board pretending to be Osher? Someone should have told Amanda Sternberg that an annoyance scream is different to a "I just got stabbed in the leg" scream. But that's nothing, because then we get one of my favourite lines from the whole series, when May resets Osh's Android device to factory settings.
What if I reset you to factory settings?
By holding down the power and volume buttons at the same time. This not only resets the pocket droid, it also for some reason turns the pocket droid evil. And by now this show is so far off the reservation that I would have preferred if they just went with the Spanish setting like in Toy Story, because that would have at least been entertaining.
Hey, relax, hey, relax, okay?
Corny space humour is really hard to pull off, but when it's done right we get gems like Guardians of the Galaxy. Sadly, with Kathleen Kennedy's single focus on diversity hire, we will never see Star Wars get close to the levels of Guardians. The writing then goes to another level of stupidity when we get the stranger explaining why he killed all of Osh's friends. And somehow he knows the backstory to everything. He knows Yord turned Osher in.
You killed Yord.
A man who didn't hesitate to turn you in for a crime you didn't commit.
He also knows about Osher's relationship with Jackie and how it would have turned out.
You killed Jackie.
And where did you think that was going to go? You would have had the same relationship with her that you have with your master.
I'm better company than a droid, and way more flexible.
Clean up on aisle 3. I got it.
Where is he getting all this information? Well, again, these dumbass writers can't follow their own story. Or this story has been so changed after filming that it is now a complete bastardized mess. Because the stranger wouldn't know any of this information. He then says again that he only killed the Jedi because they threatened his existence.
I killed Jedi. I killed those who threatened my existence.
Buddy, they didn't even know you existed until you started killing them. Now, I know it's fun to have a bad guy to root for, but how do you root for this guy? He's a complete moron.
I suddenly have the urge for Asian sausage.
I understand.
We get more of Mog, who somehow got through a lifetime of training without developing any muscle whatsoever. Even his voice is limp.
You get nauseous when you travel through hyperspace.
Now, when you think of the Jedi, cool, tough warriors, the first guy you would definitely cast in that role is this guy.
Hello, I'm Harry Trevaldwin, and I'm going to be Agony Aunt. Let's jump right in.
I mean, it's not like the show has an agenda. It's sad Liberace isn't still with us, because he and Mog teaming up would have rivaled Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
I'm kidding about that.
Now, I know not every character has to be masculine. He could have been the Green Lizard's secretary, you know, taking a bit of dictation. But cast him as a Jedi? I know the whole Yoda size lesson's important, but having wrists at least strong enough to hold up a lightsaber should be a prerequisite. What's next? Making Grogu a Mandalorian? Oh yes, sorry, I forgot. They've already done that. Basil saves the day by finally telling our Jedi friend Sol that May is on board. Such an amazing, perceptive Jedi. Then, for no reason whatsoever, and without planning a course, Sol jumps to hyperspace hyperspace, just avoiding the incoming rescue team who have arrived at the exact spot where Sol was floating, a whole planet to hover above, and the ship's wings nearly touched. But they're lucky like that because then the rescue team then lands at the exact same landing spot and then walk to the exact spot where the Jedi were killed with no tracker or knowledge of where the fight took place. The Green Lizard then uses the Force to sense what happened. I didn't know the Force did replays. Sol the idiot can't sense a stranger that wants to kill him posing as someone he raised, yet the Green Lizard can sense where a heap of dead bodies are and what killed them. Leslye Headland, the supposed lifelong Star Wars fan, has no bloody clue about the Force. We are then back again with the teenage girl wish fulfillment love story, and the stranger is repairing his helmet. The helmet that deflects lightsabers and interrupts energy fields. He's doing this with a small soldering iron. A soldering iron that has an arc like a lightsaber and runs off energy. It's amazing that little tool can operate and melt that helmet where a lightsaber is useless.
Kurtosis. Handy against lightsabers.
Smilo does this for no reason whatsoever. The writers wanted him to lift his top to show his scars, and the best idea they could come up with was that he just lifts his top up. Smilo then explains that his helmet blocks out all of the wearer's senses, which makes it the perfect helmet for battle. Nothing like sensing a blow coming in, but blocking out sight and sound. And when did the Force just radiate from the head? Because not only does this helmet block the user's senses, we see later that it also blocks other Jedi from sensing him. So Leslye the genius here thinks that the Force just radiates from the head. May then tries on this stupidest looking helmet in Star Wars, and he wasn't lying. Can't see a fucking thing out of that helmet. And who has he been fighting all this time to create all the damage to the helmet? Ain't these the first Jedi he's gone after? Join me next time where we only have 2 episodes to go. I really have to get this finished before Skeleton Crew drops. Surely that show can't be as bad as this.